For your own peace of mind, you must avoid these 5 types of toxic women. They are no good. Instead of them helping you to become a better man, they will cut your life short. If you decide to date any of these women, most times all you will have is problems, problems, and problems. The first one are women over 35. You see women who are over 35, majority of them have a lot of issues. Most of them have become damaged emotionally and mentally as a result of dating many men over the years. Because the more men these women date, the more they get imprinted, the more they get shattered emotionally, the more they get heartbroken, the more they get mentally and emotionally messed up and psychologically messed up. So when you're dating a woman who is over 35, who has probably dated over 15 guys, slept with over 20 guys, or been with over 10 guys, all these things comes with psychological repercussions. As a result of being with many men over the years, you will never be comfortable with her, because you are dealing with all the imprints that all these men over the years made on her. The more a woman stays with different men, the more she gets imprinted, and the more it is difficult for her to bond with other men in the future. So you should not be the one paying for the sins of other men. If other men or the men she dated in her past hurt her, she will try to hurt you as a way of seeking her own revenge. And they do these things without even knowing. When she sees you, she'll see that her ex that was beating her. When she sees you, she'll see that her ex that was cheating on her. When she sees you, she'll see that her ex that was always stealing from her. Because she's dealing with all these psychological effects that she has gone through over the years as a result of dating all these men. All these psychological traumas, emotional traumas. You'll be dealing with all these things. And also, most likely, you are dealing with a woman who is now in her declining years. When this girl was in her prime, in her 20s, in her mid-20s, most likely she wouldn't have given you a chance to be with her. The reason why she's now with you is because all the other guys she wanted when she was in her most beautiful years did not want her. So now that she's now older, men no longer take her serious. She's now using you to settle down. So do you want to be the one eating the leftover that other men ate? Do you? Now, I'm not saying this is the same case for all the women in this age category. I'm just talking about most of them. Once a woman reaches that 3, most of the times they start settling for less. So that means that woman considers you a lesser option. That means if that woman was in her prime years, she wouldn't have chosen you, because she had so much standards. But now, due to the fact that she's now getting older, she's now settling for you. So don't be the guy eating the remnants of what other guys have eaten. Trust me, it never ends well. The second one are women who can't cook and clean. Now, the irony of most women's mentality is most women want a traditional man who can provide for them and who will protect them. If in the middle of the night, armed robbers, or let's say even an ordinary, let me use a more ordinary example. Let's say a snake comes into the house. The woman will expect the man to go out there, use a cutlass, and kill the snake. That is the job of a man, to protect his family. That is his traditional role, his masculine role as a man, to protect and to provide. Now, when it comes to the women's traditional role, which is to cook, clean, nurture, and take care of the household, majority of these women become feminists. Once it comes to this side of tradition, women become feminists. They'll be like, no, I can't cook, I can't clean. It's only old women that used to do that. The era of women cooking are gone. We can hire a maid. These kind of women are toxic. They will make your life miserable. Because why would you want to be with a woman who doesn't cook? Now, I'm not saying it's a must, your woman must cook every day. But why would you be with a woman who cannot cook? Cooking and cleaning is an example, or is a skill that a woman needs to be able to nurture her family, her household, because a woman's job is to take care of her house. Now, if a woman is not able to cook and clean, or she doesn't have that interest in cooking and cleaning, I assure you that that woman will never be a great wife, and she will never be a great mother. A woman who loves cooking always makes a much better wife and mother than a woman who doesn't see it as her role or as her duty to cook. Avoid such women. They will only give you headache. They'll make your life, they'll make you not to be able to enjoy dating or even marriage. Because one of the things that give men joy is food. This is why they say that the easiest way to a man's heart is food, is through his stomach. So if that woman is not giving you good food, most likely you'll be frustrated, you'll be angry, you'll be unfulfilled, you'll be sad being with that woman. So this is the second type of toxic women you must avoid. The next one are women that tell you that they are still friends with their ex, or women who are friends with their ex. If a woman that you want to date is still in talking terms with her ex, still follows her ex on social media, still likes the pictures of her ex on social media, still calls her ex on phone, don't date such a woman, because this kind of women, they are still in love with their ex, or they still have some level of affection for their ex. And it takes very little for that her ex to come back and sleep with her under your nose. And probably the other reason why she's keeping this ex or these exes is so that she can use them as her backup plan while she's with you. Now, if you are to be with a woman, you must be with a woman who is fully concentrated and focused on being with you and only you. If you perceive or discover or see an ex in the picture, delete her. Let her go, because that girl is obviously playing games with you. She's not fully into you. She's just with you for the meantime, knowing fully well that you are not the actual man she wants. Sometimes this is facts. A girl will have issues with her previous boyfriend and they'll break up. Before you know it, she'll start dating another guy just for the purpose of using that guy for the men to just to pass time for the meantime. Then after, the girl will still go back to her ex. Many girls do this. They will date you, you will think they're in love with you. You don't know they are simply using you to pass time. And before you know it, they'll go back to their ex. So if you discover that a girl is not fully focused on you, it must not even be her ex. If you perceive that there are other guys in the picture, just let her go. As a man, you should not be dealing with the stress of the world, of trying to make something out of your life, of trying to become useful, of trying to be a valuable man, a high value man. And also you are dealing with these stupid problems that women bring into a man's life. If the girl doesn't want to focus on you and only you, wash your hand with soap, with detergent, with Izal, with Dettol, and tell her to go. Just wash your hand out of her matter. That's the truth. To avoid mentally stressing yourself. Because all these things come with a lot of mental stress. And the more mentally stressed up you are simply because you're dating a girl, the more it will affect your hustle, the more it will affect other areas of your life, making you broker. So it makes no sense. The fourth one are women who are obsessed with social media attention. If you discover that a girl you want to date loves social media attention too much, she's always posting hot photos, she's always posting these kind of bad beach photos on Instagram and on Facebook. She's always revealing her body on social media, trying to get the attention of other men and all those stupid shit that women do on social media. Cut her off. They are no good. This kind of women are for the streets and they will remain in the streets. Nothing you can do will be able to save them. So it's better you save yourself that stress and let this kind of women go, because they are chronic cheaters. They are not satisfied with you. That is why they are putting themselves out there to get the attention of other men. And once they get a man who they perceive as being better than you, they are gone. So save yourself the stress and the likelihood of a heartbreak before it happens. If a girl is too obsessed with social media attention, don't take her serious. Don't take her serious. The last one is if this girl smokes or does drugs, how is it possible in this life that a man will even date a woman who smokes and does drugs? Do you want your daughters to grow up doing the same thing? See, one of the easiest ways to know the kind of woman you want is whatever character you want your daughters to have, look for it in women. The day you find a woman that have those characters that you want to see in your own daughters, then take her serious. But as long as you don't see those characters that you want in your children in this woman, avoid her. Run far away from her. I'm very sure that nobody that watches this video or that is watching this video wants to have a daughter who smokes, wants to have a daughter who does drugs. Nobody wants that. No reasonable man wants that. So why would you want to date a woman who does it, or who does drugs, or who smokes, who is always messing herself up? Even as little as shisha, that is smoking. That's not a good trait for a woman to have. Even something as I've never taken shisha in my life, so I don't even know whether it can hire you or I don't do those things. Now, why would you want to date a woman who does all those things? So it makes no sense.